Confession is good for the soul. The best part of being raised Catholic was the music, incense, and the rituals that were an everyday part of my life, and that included my first communion and weekly confession. During grade school, I attended Mass every day, and once I made my communion, I went to confession every Friday with my class. My first Holy Communion missal even had a special section of sins that you could look over just in case you weren't sure you were a sinner. The examination of conscience was separated into categories with special headings that listed possible sins in each category. For example, the category, the love of God, asked questions like, did I say my daily prayers? Did I pray carelessly? Or did I take the name of God or Jesus in vain? And the best one, did I talk or make noise in church? Other categories like the love of family, the love of others, honesty, and my favorite category, purity, all had obvious questions to ponder. Now you have to know that I ran with a pretty nerdy crowd and didn't think of myself as a sinner, so I would scan the prayer book and pick a sin in each category that I thought would be convincing and then humbly confess. They were very benign sins. I disobeyed my mother, I talked in church, and I had impure thoughts. That I was lying to a priest was not lost on me. Lying was the last sin I confessed. Ritual was also a very big part of my religion. I loved the music, even though I didn't know what I was singing because everything was in Latin. The smell of incense today brings me back to high holy days and funeral masses. When there were high holy days, pomp and circumstance abounded. We would sit in our pews and sing along with the priest. Now, being children, we were not very reverent, but more interested in how to get through the grueling ritual and what we could make fun of. We sang along with the priest to what sounded like, "My father can beat your father at dominoes," and "Betty's got a snotty nose, amen." With bowed heads and hands held high, we would intone along with the priest until we no longer could stand straight, and our heads were not bowed in reverence, but in hilarity. We were always caught. And how long do you think it took to write, "I will not laugh in church," 500 times?